It's week 9 of the National Football League. And we've got Isaiah Likely. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Ravens and the Texans, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
From NRG Stadium in Houston. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there.
On the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players and one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. Stiff-armed him. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Flush to his right. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
The defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Charles, you got to think the number 1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Throwing now is Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Micah Parsons. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chubb will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. In motion left goes Watson. Here's Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Able to power through. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense and their star running back Nick Chubb getting set to take over once more. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Oh.
13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there of pushing him backwards and denying his bid for a 2nd score.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Stroud. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. The slot man in motion right. Stroud out of the gun here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And Stroud now to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Stroud to throw it. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Getting home that time to Marvian Overshown. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
58-yard attempt.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and that will keep the deficit at 20.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now it's Jackson. That's laid out deep for Rice. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Back to throw again. And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On third down, Mixon. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the 1st half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Stroud working out of the gun. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half, Stroud. And the pressure gets to him again. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. Oh, good move. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Escaping the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Shoves him away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Six yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose a down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Operating from the gun. Stroud. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They pitch it to Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Now Chubb running right. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. 2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Houston, it's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
That one caught downfield by Watson. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Houston.
Christian Watson.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Bateman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Crossing route, he finds Likely. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. They'll try the left side. Bateman, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. To throw is Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Bateman. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
13.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. They'll try and run it here. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Throwing now is Stroud. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here goes Stroud again. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Stroud out of the gun here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Stroud looking to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And some room to work. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll try the left side. Bateman. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So the final second.